when to eat carbs. Like, apparently carbs are the enemy, that's what it's portrayed. Yes, carbs do inhibit fat loss in some way, but we do have to have some carbs. So what I want to get across is a couple of pointers, let's say 3 pointers about carbs, how they affect the body and when to eat them. So the first one is the effects of carbohydrates on your body. So what happens when you eat carbohydrates like rice, bread, potatoes, cereals, anything that is from a grain or from a whole food, or potato, so something that you know that is a carb. So the body needs to produce insulin to break down that carbohydrate. Carbohydrates also sugars, by the way, but definitely the high starchy carbs you want to stick away from. So when insulin is produced, no fat burning will go on. So that's why we want to try and limit the amount of carbs you have, especially in the morning. We want to be on a fat burning straight away in the morning. So that's when we prescribe for our clients either to have a protein shake or some egg whites or something that works for them, that there'll be no carbohydrate present, so then they're already in a fat burning state. So that's point number one. Number two about carbohydrates and how it affects the body is what times of day should I eat it. So we generally like to tell our clients to have carbohydrates, if they are going to have it, at the end of the day. I know a lot of people think, if you have carbohydrates at the end of the day, it's going to go straight to the hips. Well, in fact, it's not, because you're pretty active throughout the day, and the amount of time you're not going to be active is late at night, just before you go to bed. So you want to be able to get into a fat burning state throughout as most of the day, and then right at the end of the day is if you are going to have carbohydrates, which we try and tell our people that want to get rapid fat loss is to try and limit the amount of carbohydrates. But if you do want to have carbohydrates, don't have them early in the morning. You want to try and have them as late in the day as you can, because that is when you're going to be least active. So whatever carbohydrates you do have, you would have you're not going to burn it off. So you would have been in a fat burning state throughout most of the day, and then at the end of the night obviously is when you're winding down. So have a little bit of carbohydrates then, and then obviously you'll be back in the morning to a fat burning state to do some exercise in the morning to even burn more calories and burn more fat than you would at night time. So that's tip number two. Tip number three about carbohydrates is stay away from anything that's processed anyway. So any processed carbohydrates like breads, really limit your breads. Obviously anything that's processed like biscuits, cakes, anything like that, we really want to limit the amount you have of that. Because it's just not going to be any good for you. It takes a lot for the body to process that. It's not nutritious, it's really dense food, and you're just not going to burn as much fat. You're going to produce more insulin to break it down, and then you'll get hungrier again, which means you're going to even eat more, which is basically a high GI food.
Hi, and thanks for stopping by. I hope you have found this video useful. Please subscribe to this channel, engage with us on social media, and check out the links below. Have a great day, and we'll be in touch soon.